Welcome back to Jump Scare. I'm Betty B. Detley.
And I'm Chad Youngblood of the Blood Young family.
Okay. I am not part of this family as of yet. One day, maybe. Anywho, it's Shark Week. So we decided to cover a film neither one of us have seen, Bait.
You ready to leave all this behind?
Where you go, I go. You know that knot in your gut? That feeling in the air? That voice in your head? Don't ignore it. Sometimes, it's the only warning you'll get.
Stay back! Stay back!
What happened? Where are all the people?
Can't get out that way.
Oh my god. What's that? Where is he, Josh?
Get everyone out of the water.
Out of the water, now! Please help me! Help me!
There's a 12-foot great white shark in here.
Oh, shit! Help us! You gotta keep still, okay? The more you scream, the more the shark's gonna come.
Why does it keep circling? It's curious. It's not sure what we are.
Hold on!
Baby, swim!
I can make it! I can make it! Do something!
So once Bait started, I realized, hey, I know that person. Hey, I know that person. The film is filled with Australian actors. Unbeknownst to me, Julian McMahon is an Australian actor. Where was I? He is from Charmed. He was Balthazar, which was Phoebe's husband slash demon lover slash ex.
He was my demon lover.
He was my demon lover. Yeah, that movie's really terrible. He was not my demon lover. He was way sexier than that guy. Even when he was in the, I call it the Darth Maul makeup. I don't know why they went with that in Charmed. He literally looks just like Darth Maul.
I think that's a thing because Sinister had the same kind of Darth Maul makeup on their demon too.
Yeah, I don't
Maybe
know.
they took the Darth Maul look from some kind of demon in mythology, and they're just like, "Hey, you can't copyright that bullshit, so we're gonna do it too."
Maybe it's a thing of like red and black that makes people like uneasy. Those colors. So he's in the film, and for you Vampire Diary / crossover originals, not Phoebe. I'm literally thinking, oh yeah, her name is Phoebe. I'm thinking of Charm because that's Milano's character name. Phoebe Tonkin is also in the film as well, and she is also known to be one of the mermaids from H2O, the sequel to that series. If any of you know what the hell that is, maybe you don't. Maybe you're a 12-year-old girl out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. In your heart, obviously, because if you were 12 now, you definitely don't know what the hell that is, because that's like early 2000s. So this film is nothing original. I'm just gonna throw it out there. It's a terrible shark movie. It's like The Mist meets Sharks. That's how I'm gonna like sum it up.
Yeah,
what do you think?
That'd be a good one. That'd be a good way to sum it up.
Yeah, these people get stuck in a grocery store after a large tsunami hits.
Yeah, it kind of wipes everything out. The big wave hits, floods the store, the parking garage, kind of traps everyone in there, and it also traps in a couple of great white sharks.
Of course it does. And these white sharks are all about eating the meat.
Yeah, they're all about the people.
All about the people. Do you not care that on aisle 9 there is a special on tuna? They want that delicious Australian meat.
That's right. We also should mention too some of the other people that are in this. You said that Julia McMahon, sorry. The other one in this is that horror people will know is the Sharni Vinson, who was in You're Next. She was the main survivor girl in that movie, which I think was made before this, but it didn't actually come out until after this.
But she's, well, you know what? I'm not going to body shame anyone, but there was one part in the beginning where she's running in the beach, and I was like, is that a skeleton?
She is super skinny in this movie. But it looked like later on she wasn't quite as skinny. Maybe there was some, I don't know, maybe, they took a little break or something.
Maybe. It is weird. The graphics in this film is like Sharknado style. It's pretty bad.
But yet then they've got some actual practical sharks that look pretty good. When the sharks are coming out of the water and biting at them, you can tell the difference because that one looks somewhat real, whereas the digital shark looks nothing at all.
Yeah, the digital shark is, I mean, it's so many levels of bad. It's like Doctor Who, like Billy Piper, like early, the beginnings.
Well, this was 2012, to be fair. This was 7 whole years ago.
Okay. Well, you see, I'm comparing to like, Anaconda or like movies from the 90s where it's like, yeah, it's like early 2000s, but it should look better than like 95, 99 movies.
Yeah.
So I have high, and I'm not really one to care for CGI anyways.
Yeah.
I find it funny. Like this would be a great like drinking game. I feel like you can make a drinking game out of this because it's very predictable and just the stuff that happens and it's very cliche. There are some good kill scenes. There's some pretty good kill scenes. I'm not gonna say any bad crap about the movie, like all the other crap I just said, which is bad.
Well, yeah, there are a lot of good kills, and the kills seem like they're mostly done practically. They show some scenes underwater of the sharks attacking people that are obviously CGI, but there's a really good scene where a guy is hanging on a rope and the shark jumps up and bites him in half. And they must have made a pretty good effect for that. I mean, I'm saying they did a pretty good effect for that one because the guy was hanging there and his body was still moving, and then like the bottom half of him was gone, but it didn't look CGI at all. It looked really good.
Well, I think a lot of the issue with the way that it looks is that this film came out in 3D. So we watched the film, but not in 3D.
In 2D. I've heard that the effects, a lot of times, if you see them and they don't look very good in 2D, that they do look a lot better in 3D.
Yeah, I'm sure it looked like way better than what we saw. And we saw this film on Tubi.
Yeah.
So if you happen to have Tubi, which is free, if you don't, just upload it. And it was a good, it was a pretty decent free movie for Shark Week to watch. It was entertaining. They had good kills. There's, a pretty okay, storyline. The people are not like just random people that happen to be shopping in the supermarket. There were people all doing different things, and they all kind of like convene in the supermarket. We have like a couple that's like, having sex in a car in a garage. We have, some crooks, misguided teenagers. Yeah. We have some survivors of a shark attack from the beginning of the film that has affected their lives, in one way or another. So everyone has their own bullshit that they're dealing with.
Yeah, I thought it was good that they actually tried to give everybody some character development instead of just, we're random people that got stuck in here and now we all got to get together and get out. Everybody had a backstory and some other things to go with it. So I thought that was cool. Yeah,
it was a pretty, I give it 2.5 tunas.
It was kind of good because they focused on two groups of people. One group like up in the grocery store itself trying to get out and get away from the sharks, and another group that was trapped in the parking garage beneath, trying to deal with the sharks. I really thought the one thing was inventive, where the guy was going to have to go through the water, and they made him his own little shark cage around him.
That was pretty dope, I have to say. I've never seen that in a film. It was very useful until, spoiler alert, it wasn't useful anymore and actually got him killed.
Yeah, but it was a good idea. He did not get killed by the shark.
That's very true. The shark kind of like bumped up against him and just went about its way, because it was like, oh, it's a shopping cart, because, you know, sharks know what shopping carts are.
Yeah. Well, they kind of made him a suit out of like baskets and like trash cans and different things, put around his head and put on. It was kind of a cool idea.
Yeah, it was like a cage. So, like, someone from, like, 47 meters down or 45, whichever was the first one. I'm still very confused about how many meters down.
47 was the first one.
47, okay. 47 meters down. I'm sure Mandy Moore would have loved this, like, cage outfit, because that would have probably totally helped her and her sister out.
It was like an Iron Man outfit for sharks.
That's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was. So yeah, I would, you know what, that'd be a pretty hilarious cosplay. And then the other person dresses up as a shark.
Just chases him around. That would be pretty good.
Yes. So somebody please cosplay that and send us the photos, because we need to see this cosplay. I think it'd be pretty magical. Let's talk about, because I posted something in the Orlando Horror Society page. Let's just dip into a little bit. I'm gonna surprise you with a little topic now. What the hell is going on with this zombie tidal wave movie?
Yeah.
If any of you have not seen this, please pause the podcast, go into YouTube, find Zombie Tidal Wave. It's a sci-fi original film.
Because of course it is.
And it is produced by Ian Ziering, however you pronounce it, the guy from 90210 himself,
And
Sharknado.
Yep.
Okay, but it's Sharknado, but with zombies. Let me tell you that the zombies may or may not look like Smurfs, because they are like Smurf colored blue. I mean, understandable. They're like in the water, so they all just turn blue. But you need to see this, because this is the worst movie I've ever seen, ever. And I cannot wait to watch it. What is up with these terrible freaking movies that come out that you're just like, you know it's going to be bad, but it's just so out of this world bad that you just can't help but laugh.
Well, that's the thing. I think they stopped trying to make, like, they don't actually try for quality on it. Like, people who made stuff like Plan 9 from Outer Space, or there's a terrible Chuck Norris movie called like Breaker or something that was made like when they were making all the like CB movies, where all the CB guys are also like ninjas. They're driving around the country. They didn't intend for those movies to be bad.
No, exactly. No one sets out to make a bad movie. It just happens.
But these people, I think, deliberately set out to make a bad movie just to get attention. And yeah, like that, what's that one, The Room? Like, he says now that was intentional. We did that on purpose. We were going for that. But I don't think they were going for that. I think he shot all that, not ironically. He just shot it thinking this is great. And then when it came out and everyone was like, oh, I see what you're doing. You're being funny and blah, blah, blah. He was like, yeah, that's exactly what I was doing.
I guess. I don't know. But please check this film out. It is, like I said, sci-fi original with Mr. L. Of course, Ian is in it. I mean, he's at the helm. There is a scene where there is a huge tidal wave, pun intended, and it's huge. I mean, this thing is like ginormous. This is like a surfer's dream. Like, this is how like ridiculous this wave is. It's coming up, and there's bodies of zombies riddled within that wave, and Ian is in a boat, okay, and it's like a little shitty ass boat. It's like I wouldn't even know. I'm terrible with boats. I don't know anything about boats or hose. Ding ding. But it's literally trying to get away from this tidal wave. There's no fucking way. There's no way that would even be a thing unless they like hop this damn boat with like a Lamborghini or like a Porsche like engine. It's not gonna go far. But of course, in the film it's gonna go far.
Oh yeah, it reminds me of like that tidal wave on what was that George Clooney? Oh, The Perfect Storm. It's that wave on that where they didn't, and spoiler, they did not survive that wave on A Perfect Storm. So I don't think old Ian Ziering and his little crappy boat's going to be able to do it either.
He's totally gonna survive because he is the fucking savior of the day.
Can we talk about too his like electric machete he seemed to have at one point?
Yes, let's talk about the electric machete. Move over, machete, because now there's an electric machete and it's out to get these zombie smurfs. Zom smurfs.
I guess they wanted to make sure you knew they were from the water since they were blue.
Yeah, but like, first of all, are these people from Atlantis? Why the hell are there so many dead people in the ocean?
Well, it's all the people that have died over the years. Although you'd think they would all be skeletons at this point because they rotted away. But
Or got bitten by a shark. I mean, that's
eaten by sharks, crabs,
and the flesh-eating disease that's out there, like in our beaches right now. That they didn't get that. They're already dead, so I guess it's not gonna affect them that much.
No, they would be bothered by that.
You know what would be funny if, for some fucking crazy reason, Ted Danson and that other bitch from from Creepshow.
Oh yeah, just show up in it randomly.
They just show up with the seaweed. That would be really funny.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious. Yeah, just make a random cameo in it.
Yes, that would, I would please. I hope that this movie has Ted Danson in it because I'm gonna tell you that this would take. I'm already buying the DVD. Like, where is it? Let's go to the dollar store and pick it up because that's where it's gonna end up. It's gonna end up at the dollar store.
Yeah. So since it's still Shark Week, what are some of your other favorite shark movies that are actually good shark movies?
Ew.
Now, of course, Jaws is everybody likes Jaws. I've never run across anybody that was like, oh yeah, I can't stand that movie.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a fan of Jaws.
Jesus.
I know. I don't know if it's like the hip thing to like hate it because everyone loves it. I don't know if that's what it is. I don't know if it's because I've seen it so many times that I literally can't sit through it. My favorite Jaws movie is the one where they go to like SeaWorld, part 3.
Yes, that's 3D. That was Jaws 3D.
Jaws 3D is my favorite Jaws movie. I fucking love that movie.
Because that was probably the first one you saw as a kid, right? Was Jaws 3?
No, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure I saw Jaws. There is something about that scene when they're walking in like the tunnel and they're surrounded by water still freaks me out to this fucking day. I can't even remember we went to the aquarium that time.
Yeah.
I was freaking the fuck out. I was like, we're gonna die. Like this is like the worst experience.
So you need to
of
go
my
to
life.
SeaWorld because they have an actual shark tunnel you can walk through at SeaWorld.
No, I would not be going in the fucking shark tunnel. Thank you
It's like
very
a little conveyor
much.
belt. You just go through. That way the sharks can look at you like a dinner on those old conveyor belts. They can figure out which one they want to eat.
No. I'm gonna have to say that my favorite shark movie is I don't know. They throw me some shark movies. I guess I don't really have a favorite, or maybe they're just all convoluted, like they're all just mixed in and fucked up in my brain that I can't really like pinpoint.
Well, there's two that I like a lot. They're vastly different, but the same kind of. Of course, The Deep Blue Sea. You can't get much better than Samuel Jackson in that movie.
That movie is terrible.
That movie is amazing, and you know it. Like, I saw that opening night with people, and the whole crowd was just... It was one of those ones where people are just standing on the chairs screaming through the whole movie because they love it so much. It was nuts. I mean, the sharks are like... They're jumping out of the water, catching guys on gurneys, smashing them through windows. You got guys... That Samuel Jackson and his, great speech that he gives, where and then, everybody knows by now he gets eaten by the shark. You've got everything is just great. LL Cool J cutting his way out of an oven, which I don't know how that's possible. Blowing up sharks everywhere. That movie is awesome. Another one that not as many people have seen that's also pretty great is one called Creature, written by the guy who wrote Jaws, Peter Benchley. This one is about people who decide that how could we make sharks more dangerous? Let's give them legs.
No.
Let's make some mutant shark people.
This is not a thing.
Yes, with Craig T. Nelson from Poltergeist and Coach, and Kim Cattrall, I believe, too.
This sounds like the most amazing movie. Why?
It is the most amazing movie ever. They are fighting, like, It looks like the land shark from Saturday Night Live, but with like legs. They're just fighting shark feet. They're running around, chasing them everywhere, fighting. It is amazing. You should watch this movie.
Why don't we own this movie?
I don't think it ever made the jump to DVD. I think it was a cable miniseries. It was like a 2-part thing, and I don't think it's ever made the jump to DVD. But I have to look for it, see if I can show it to you. It's amazing.
We need to find this on VHS to add to the VHS collection that I have, because that sounds pretty magical. I was gonna say sharktical, but then
Sharktical.
It didn't work out. It sounded like shark testicles.
But yeah, those two are great, and there's the now that you talked about 47 meters down. That was actually not bad.
Yeah, I thought that was gonna be really terrible. I love Mandy Moore, so I was like, oh fuck it, I'll watch this. You know, it's free. I'll just watch it. That was a pretty decent movie. I also like Meg. I know they're modern shark movies, but
Yeah.
they were those. You know, they were entertaining to me, and I was scared in the Meg thing. I mean, that thing was fucking huge.
Yeah, that was kind of a different one. It was good to see that they put some twists on that one that you didn't expect.
Yeah, especially because, you know, with the whole, everyone's like, oh, that's a Jaws ripoff, but it's like, it was a novel too.
Yeah.
So
The novel came out way long ago. It's been like 25 years since that novel came out. They've been trying to develop this movie for years.
yeah, well, they did a good. I'm sure we're gonna see a whole bunch of Meg movies in the future.
Yeah, they get crazy as it goes on. They start like developing, bringing out other things from the bottom of the ocean. They bring out things that were like Meg predators. I read 1 or 2 of the sequels to it, and they bring out some. Basically, there's dinosaurs.
Hell no. And
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, no. I have a fear of the ocean, especially because it's like that and space are just not well traveled and like you can't get into it. And I don't know what's in the bottom down there, man. And I'm not trying to find out. I'm like, fuck that. Let those weird like anglerfish and like big huge octopi, leave them alone. I don't want to look at any of that H.P. Lovecraft bullshit down there. I'm good. No.
There's some other shark movies that came out like in the 70s. Like there was a slew of them after Jaws, and the only one I vaguely remember is one called Mako, about a giant Mako shark that goes after everyone. But I don't really remember too much about it. Just I thought it was scary when I was 8 or 9 and saw it, but I would probably watch it now and be like, oh, they just ripped off Jaws every scene in this movie.
I'm sure I'll get a lot of shit for I mean, those are not my favorites. I find them entertaining. I don't really have a favorite, but I really like Meg, 47 Meters Down. And I also like that film, The Shallows. Shallows?
Yeah, The Shallows.
Yeah, The Shallows. It was, you know, I'm a Gossip Girl fan. And really like Blake Lively.
Yeah.
And it was entertaining for me. Even though, like, she's basically the only person in the movie, more or less. It was scary. Like, I don't know. I guess the ocean, I already have a fear of the ocean, so that's already like one for me. And like, okay, it's about the ocean. Scared already. Oh, there's a fucking shark involved. Hell no. And I can't swim. I mean, I can swim. I'm just not a really good swimmer. I could swim better than you can.
Oh yeah, I can't swim at all. I'm what you call a rock. I go straight to the bottom. So no, I'm not going to do well in the water at all. That's why I like all the aquatic horror movies, because they are especially scary to me. I think any of the shark movies, you know, now the Sharknado ones are just so ridiculous that, you know, they're not even that entertaining to me. But I think when they take it seriously, like the movie we talked about at the beginning, Bait, it took it seriously. I mean, it tried to do a good movie. I think if they'd had a little bit more budget, they could have pulled off a lot more. But yeah, I think anytime if you can do a shark movie and it can be even halfway decent, I'm going to be on board for it.
Yeah. Did you know that in 2012 a movie came out called Jersey Shore Shark Attack?
Yes.
Yeah. What the hell is that? I mean,
there
obviously.
was actually I didn't see this one, but I saw like a documentary about it. At one point, there were some shark attacks on the Jersey Shore, like in the early part of the 1908, something like that. There was a whole slew of shark attacks in New Jersey.
Okay, so they decided that they were gonna make this into a movie, but it was gonna have
all the people from the Jersey Shore.
Joey Patone was gonna be in it.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds pretty legit.
Yeah.
What was the movie? Oh, Shark Night.
Yeah, that was what I was going to say. The Shark Night. That one's pretty entertaining too, where it's like, we're going to murder people, but we're going to do it with sharks. We're going to Saw murder these people. We're going to Saw style murder everyone in traps with sharks.
I have to say, we definitely have to find the Creature movie, and we also have to find the other film called Sand Sharks that has Colin Hanks in it, because I need to see a movie called Sand Sharks. Are they walking on the sand? I think
I've seen
drinks?
trailers for that one. I think they're just slithering through the sand. There's an avalanche shark. See, here's a little... here's my little rant. Used to, before the Sci-Fi Channel came along, when you had these creature movies, they tried to actually make them scary. Like when you had stuff like that movie that's coming out again on Blu-ray soon called The Prophecy. It's about a mutant bear. They tried to make it scary. You had like Anaconda. Now, granted, that movie was insanely ridiculous, but they were trying. All these creature movies where animals are coming after people, they all did it seriously, you know?
Yeah.
And then sci-fi came along and started doing Sharktopus versus Whale Wolf, six-headed shark attack versus Megalodon, and all that. They just kept going crazier and crazier, and till like no one now, when you hear like, we're doing a shark movie, they're like, oh yeah, what is the shark? Is it a ghost shark? Is it a robot shark? Is it an alien shark? No, it's just a shark people are fighting. Oh, well, that's boring. So, I don't know. I wish they would kind of back off of those. I think their time is gone.
Well, let me tell you, I'm all about Ghost Shark.
That's a real movie.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Wow, I thought you just pulled it out of your ass.
No, there's a ghost shark one.
Okay, well, we're going to make a movie, and I don't know what, it's going to be the house on Shark Hill.
No, I was going to say mine is going to be the house that sharks build. And it's going to be like out in the middle of the water, sharks luring people into like a resort hotel. It's out on an island. But when they get there, spoiler alert, everyone that works there is a shark. They're like, what's wrong with that guy at the roulette wheel over there? Holy shit, he's a hammerhead shark! He's going to turn. He'll do the sudden turn at the camera into his face and go, ah! Then the scenes of all the sharks just eating everyone.
Wow. That pretty...
Did I mention that the hotel and everything is going to be in the water, so the people are like splashing around towards it, like those bars that are in the water in the pools? That's where the whole hotel is going to be. That's how the sharks did it. The mystery is, who's the king shark?
Okay, are the sharks wearing like that? The gamer shark, the guy that's throwing out the cards, is he wearing those outfits?
Yes, of course he is.
Okay.
How do you think he's going to trick people otherwise?
What is?
He's just going to be there in his regular shark suit?
You're not a shark. You're a chicken, boo.
Yeah, that's going to be that. Oh my God, you're a giant shark! And that's when someone realizes it, and that's when the shit hits the fan.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I think that concludes our Shark Week episode on bait.
Yes, and our movie, The House That Sharks Built, will be coming soon.
Yes, see it soon, 2021. Thank you so much, and stay tuned to the horror.